you know how the Republicans are always in favor of guns everywhere. So in Florida, they passed a law saying that, hey, local areas cannot restrict carrying guns because of a state law. Now, here's the problem. Tampa is going to have the Republican convention at the end of August. And so, rationally, they thought, hey, let's ban weapons around the convention. Mm-hmm. They couldn't do it.
Really?
Because of the state law. Now, it's funny in two different ways. Because number one, funny how when it's a Republican convention, all of a sudden you're not in favor of guns around there.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Well, I thought guns kept you safer. Wouldn't you want guns all over the convention?
Every delegate gets a gun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And everybody outside the delegation, all the protesters get guns. Because more guns equals safer, doesn't it? That's the NRA argument.
Right.
But surprisingly, they don't want that. That's weird. But now they're trying to find a way around it because the state law says, no, you have to allow guns. Okay, now there is a perimeter, a safety perimeter that the Secret Service can put in, including the convention center, et cetera, where they can say, okay, here
we're in
charge, not the state, not anybody else. So we're going to have a security perimeter. And that, of course, to me, makes a ton of sense.
Conservatives hate that, too.
Yeah. Right. Well, if it's the DNC, they hate it. RNC, they're like, let the Secret Service do their work. Okay. Well, so here comes the comical part, right? So there is now a citywide ban on all of these different things that I'm going to list for you, okay?
In Tampa.
In Tampa, because of the convention at the time of the Republican convention. So you're not allowed to bring pieces of wood, hard tubes, anything that could be used as a club, water guns, super soakers, air pistols, paintball guns, explosives, switchblades, hatchets, slingshots, brass knuckles, mace, chains, crowbars, hammers, shovels, any container containing urine, fecal matter, or other bodily fluid. But you are allowed to bring guns.
Right.
Okay, so two hilarious parts of this. Super soakers not allowed, but actual weapons allowed.
That's great.
And then number two, who still has a mace?
I think mace. I think women.
No, like the mace. If that's what they're referring to, that's fine. I thought they meant like, isn't the thing called a mace like the one like Braveheart swings and stuff? Yeah, I got a confirmation. It is. Can you imagine? They're like, I brought this. They're like, sorry, but if you brought an Uzi, that's fine. Now, by the way, there's three different areas. That's citywide, and then there's a clean zone that they want to do, and then. In there, you can't bring things like ropes, straps, tape, string longer than 6 inches.
Tape? You can't bring tape?
I know, but the closer you get, the more absurd it gets. Yeah. Then there's a protest zone. And by the way, of course, the protesters are caged. Right. There's a protest zone away from the convention where you're in a cage. They're like, what? Well, First Amendment, we're allowing you to protest, very far away from where the actual event is.
In prison.
Literally in prison,
yeah.
Right? Okay. And in the protest zone, you're also not allowed to bring ladders or umbrellas with metal tips. Okay. So if it's raining, good luck to you. We're going to be checking metal tips on your umbrellas. What are we, the Penguin? The umbrella's going to be fine.
What's the possible danger of tape?
In case you can't bring cans, bottles, maybe they think you're going to tape a bottle and somehow do something else and put your bodily fluids in it and wasikterland.
All right.
All right, well, so that's that. Oh, by the way...
I'm sorry, I missed the first part of the story. I was doodling. Can I bring fecal matter?
Turns out you cannot.
Okay, all right, just checking.
And one last thing on it. Assistant City Attorney Marucia Rodriguez, there's no way I said her or his first name right, said about the fact that they wanted to ban guns along with tape, quote, it was just kind of common sense. We felt if we're going to regulate people carrying sticks and poles, why wouldn't we regulate people carrying firearms? Because those could pose significant risks to the police and other protesters.
No.
Well, that would be entirely true. But of course, that's because the Republicans, ironically, in the state of Florida, forbid you from forbidding guns.